Before cities, before kings, and before writing, there was prehistory, a time when humans weren't at the top of the chain, a time when our ancestors were the hunted as well as the hunters, when humanity hung on by a thread and we weren't the only intelligent species around. Today, we'll explore the origins of modern humans, the lives of our closest relatives, and how we made the leap from small groups to the first civilizations. But first, what is prehistory? History is the study of past events based on written records. Add to it the Latin prefix pre, meaning before or prior to, and you get prehistory. Therefore, prehistory is the study of past events from before writing was invented some 5,000 years ago. To learn about the most ancient knowledge, historians today rely on archaeology, cave paintings, ancient tools, and DNA analysis. If prehistory refers to human history from before writing was invented, it means that it accounts for the vast majority of our story. Within that, we have the Stone Age, a period named so for the tools early humans made from stone at the time. The Stone Age can be further broken into three parts. The Paleolithic, or Old Stone Age, from around 2.5 million years ago to about 10,000 BC. The Mesolithic, the Middle Stone Age, which is a transitional phase that leads into the Neolithic, the New Stone Age, which is a time when agriculture began to take shape. In this video, we're mostly focusing on the Paleolithic, the longest and wildest part of our journey. Imagine life 50,000 years ago. No houses, no supermarkets. You lived in a group of maybe 20 to 50 people, mostly your relatives, moving around as the seasons changed. These were hunter-gatherers. Men and women both had specific roles. The men would go out hunting for animals and fishing, while women would stay behind to take care of the camp and gather fruits, nuts, and roots. Hunting was incredibly dangerous as the men had to get very close to deadly animals with only the most basic of tools. The fact that they were able to hunt at all goes to show that they would have invented language and intricate tactics to corner and trap animals. Sometimes they used ingenious tactics like chasing mammoths off cliffs or into bogs where they would starve to death. They had to have detailed and advanced knowledge of their environment to survive. They were closely familiar with weather patterns, animal behaviors, and plant types. Children learned through imitation, and knowledge was passed down through gesture, word of mouth, or example. Life was brutal for the early people, and they would scarcely live to see their late 30s. Medicine existed only in its most simple forms, and they would often succumb to the mildest diseases. Despite all the challenges, the survival of our species shows that these were some adaptive, resourceful, and skillful people. Speaking of resourcefulness and survival, during this stage of our journey, we weren't the only ones around with power of intelligence and innovation. Over the period between some 130,000 to 40,000 years ago, our ancestors coexisted with another species of humans. These people were called Homo neanderthalensis, or just Neanderthals, after the Neander Valley in today's Germany, where their remains were first found. There are several theories for who they were. Some scientists think that they were our ancestors, while others believe that evidence points to their coexistence with us as cousins. Unfortunately, they died out a long time ago, and we are not exactly sure what made them disappear. It could be competition with modern humans, a climate disaster, or a combination of these and other factors, along with the fact that they occupied a much more limited area than modern humans. Neanderthals differed from modern humans in their constitution. They were shorter and stubbier, but probably much stronger than our ancestors. However, the build of their torso probably didn't allow them to throw spears very effectively, which is a major advantage for modern humans when it comes to competing for prey. Disadvantages like these were likely contributors to their downfall. Their constitution and cavemanish looks can fool, though. Today, the word Neanderthal provokes images of a primitive or even stupid individual, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Neanderthal skulls had a larger capacity, meaning that they had larger brains. There is also archaeological evidence that their technology, innovation, and culture were as intricate and advanced as ours. In fact, the world's earliest known synthetic substance was found in a Neanderthal camp. They invented a complex process for refining certain plants into tar to be used as glue, making them the world's first chemists. They would seal these plants in a small mound of dirt in an eggshell and then heat the mound to steam the plants into a sticky, tarry substance, making it into glue to make tools sturdier than a simple rope would allow. Both the crafty Neanderthals and the early Homo sapiens were not mere survivors either. While fire and ever more sophisticated stone and bone tools may have been the most important technologies to human survival, they were also developing the world's earliest cultures. Many caves were found to contain cave paintings depicting great hunts. Some Neanderthal burial sites contained pollen from varying plants, indicating they may have been buried with flowers with some form of ceremony. Even the earliest musical instrument was developed during the Stone Age. A bone flute was found that dates back 60,000 years ago. Finally, around 10,000 years ago, some groups of humans started creating seismic shifts that would change human life forever. With the invention of farming on the Mesopotamian plains, the final stage of the Stone Age had been kicked off. The Neolithic stage would see people begin to settle down in permanent settlements, fostering the creation of the first civilizations, new technologies and writing, spelling the end of the prehistoric era, which covers over 95% of human existence. For millennia, our ancestors braved the wilds, living tumultuous, dangerous, and difficult lives. Yet it was their constant efforts, unwillingness to yield, and persisting drive to grow and evolve that led to our lives of lavish luxury and modernity today. These people, misrepresented as primitive, set the stage for humanity's rise to the top. In this video, we took a short look back at the very beginnings of human history. If you like this format, please subscribe to see more in the future, and if you have any thoughts, we would love to see them in the comments below. See you in the next video.